Thank you for joining me. I am Taito, Gaming Owl, and Storyteller. Today's setting, rimworld ideology. What we're going to be doing is building up from tribe to space. Now, I love rimworld, and I've been looking for a game to stream uh, to grow the channel, to grow the YouTube, to grow the network, and all of these other things. We've tried out a few games here and there, Genshin Impact, which is absolute gem to enjoy the various tones and the story is ridiculous, the looting enormous. Tiny Tina's Wonderlands we tried. Oh, I love it. It's a great game, but nothing quite beats the interactive magic and storytelling prowess of a game like RimWorld. That colony survival, random events, random colonists. It builds story like few games do. Now, there's a lot of games like it. Dwarf Fortress, Banished, tons of games in that like colony survival oeuvre that look, well, not Dwarf Fortress. Like this is one of those games where it's so good in its conception and its breakdown, the colony survival game, that it works when the graphics are not spectacular, when the graphics are not, cutting edge, bleeding edge. The best example is Dwarf Fortress, which, oh, I love it, but it's such a pain to get running. The day that he gets it live on Steam, I'm really looking forward to it. But that's not available yet, and I hate to think that RimWorld is secondary to Dwarf Fortress. It certainly is in depth, but not in smoothness and playability. All right, RimWorld works, and I love it. So now, for those of you who haven't played RimWorld or other things, this isn't really going to operate like a tutorial. It's not really going to be uh, an answer to how you accomplish said structure or beat a certain thing. This is a challenge run for myself because I have never beaten a game of RimWorld. I have so much time. 286 hours of gameplay on RimWorld. That's insane. That is an insane amount of time to spend on a game, and to have not beaten it on any difficulty setting whatsoever. I start one, I get a new idea. I want to do something else. I start when I get a new idea. And I've never I still never get tired of it. It's so wonderful. And it's really something I've enjoyed playing so much that this is going to be the thing. We're going to be playing this playthrough and trying to get to space from tribe, or I just got to. I got to get through to this, or we cannot start another game. That's it. That's the restriction I have for myself. So those viewers out there who would like me to be playing other games, I do apologize. You will be disappointed, as we will be going playthrough for RimWorld until we get it completed. So this is the challenge I've set for myself. I couldn't even wait to get started. Normally I'm supposed to start at noon. It's 11:42 my time, and I'm just gonna jump into this, and I'm excited to share it with all of you. So pop into new colony. Oh, I also, in case you're curious about the build, I just got ideology. I've played the royalty, or the patch that came before it, and countless hours of the original. So there's going to be some things that are going to be new. for me, even though I have massive amounts of time in this. I'm going to also screw up because wow, do I ever. And that's just the majesty of some of my screw ups is legendary. So that's honestly something to really just keep an eye out for. All right. So I'm a little too present in the screen. Shrink me down. There we go. Much more viewable. All right. So now this is a tribe to space run. And the reason why this is a challenge run is it's not extra difficult or extremely difficult and unfair. But it's difficult in the sense that it's going to take some time. Tribes people research slower, so they're going to progress towards getting to a spaceship much slower. They have a benefit of having 5 people to start, which makes and from playing on streams now, I've learned the penalty of having not much going on in the beginning of your game, and with 5 people, it's far better. There's also earlier deaths and earlier drama as a result of having 5 people, but it's not quite as difficult as naked brutality. You went under an anesthetic for a minor surgery. Now you've awoken in a drop pod crashing into a distant planet. You're naked, alone, and totally unprepared. Can you survive? Yeah, that's just a way to shorten a lot of streams, is to just go too hard. So we're gonna pop into the Lost Tribe. Your Lost Tribe was destroyed by the great blood machine sent by the gods. 5 of you managed to escape. Now it's time to build up a new home. Note, since we'll start poor and lack technology, this is a difficult scenario. Next. Okay, so the next thing we have to choose is our storyteller. And I honestly, I thought about this, but the truth is, I want to beat Classic. I want to beat Classic. It's ridiculous that I haven't beat Classic. And so it needs to happen. Now, I've played RimWorld, and I think the strive to survive is the standard. I don't know how difficult it gets in the latest parts of the game with this, because I've never gotten there. So excited to find out, and even fail if I need to. I always go commitment mode. Probably another reason I haven't beaten this game is I haven't been cheating with the load and save system. The commitment mode, you can only save when quitting the game, and since RimWorld is a story generator, even losing all but one person is not the end of the game. We are after story. The game is designed to allow recovery after losses. I'm assuming that that's what Cassandra, like what the storyteller does. It's like, their defensive capability dropped like a brick. Maybe we don't push them so much harder. We'll see. Now, it says the storyteller and playstyle can be changed anytime. We're not going to do that. We are set. Okay. Then our next is our seed. We are going tribe2space. Yeah, from time to time, I'm going to make a sound and look down over here. When that happens, there's a puppy. They're real cute. And real distracting. Their name's Alice. She's the best. Okay. Globe coverage. So this game is is great, but it's got some resource concerns, and the planet is always the same diameter, but since it's far larger than needed for play, we don't generate the whole surface because it could take a very long time. This is the percentage of the surface that you want generated. Now, I've got no reason to mess with that. Any of these, I think standard is the way to go. Now, there are other factions that you can add. I've never done it, but cannibal tribe, a nudist tribe. It's very cute. I think this is fine, just how it is. We'll maybe in another playthrough we'll add some pawn nudity. I think I'll get away with that in Twitch. The sharp reindeer expanse. Some of these names are unpronounceable gibberish, and then sometimes you get just amazing names that you just cannot believe actually happened. Mount Galga. That sounds cool. It sounds like something you'd find in a Zelda game. Okay, so do I explain? I mean, I could just sit here and talk endlessly about what we're looking at here, but what I'm looking or going to look for is a map that suits the kind of environment that I want to have around myself. It also sets another kind of difficulty level. If you choose arid shrubland, you're going to end up struggling to grow things sometimes. The fertility is a little lower. There's different animal types. And there's a lot less trees. That is painful. Whereas the jungle's got tons of trees. But seriously, there's a reason why some people call this green hell. And if you've never played that game, oh man, what a gem that is. Green hell will teach you exactly why living in the jungle, not a paradise you think it'd be. Not at all. Oh, it's warm and wet. That sounds great for farming and all of that stuff. Sure. Right up until cobras and disease ravage your entire site. Then it's very different. So, when we look here, the terrain menu, I love mountains. I love mountains because it gives you a whole bunch of defensiveness, but we're going to need to travel. Traveling became much more important, being able to do caravans, quests, all sorts of stuff. So I generally like to be on the edge of mountains. I like access to a river so that I could use a water mill, and I like temperatures that work. I'm real picky. So it sometimes takes a little while to find the perfect spot. But ooh, now sandstone and marble's got a pretty nice feeling. We're year round, but the average temperature is not drastically hot. We have our creek, which is a great source of power with water, but you're not like unable to cross it. It's not like a big wide river taking up a big portion of your map. You also can't build on rivers short of a bridge, and that's got limits. So now I love sandstone and marble. You can also select a random site. I think that's a very extreme way of playing. Yeah. So now the reason I like sandstone, very easy to carve through. If you need quickness, you can have it, and marble makes everything look spectacular. Now, my absolute personal favorite is getting granite and marble. Oh, now it's got a winter. I do like granite and marble. There it is. There it is. Marble and granite, year-round growing, no caves, which are cool, but also a nightmare. We're near a couple pirates, but honestly, I'm not entirely sure what proximity means in these cases. Now, if we get something on the other side of this mountain range, we're struggling. Because it'll be a pain to get there. But we have got roads, we've got all sorts of stuff that could help us out. So I think, honestly, this might be a good start. So, there we go. Some autos. And shall click. Okay. Now, this is new. I've never seen this. Choose your ideologion. What should your starting colonists believe? These beliefs affect gameplay and visuals. You'll be able to recruit others to your beliefs or take on their beliefs. What? Classic rimworld without the ideology. Good for your first few games or when you're not trying to do something specific. All ideological expansion content remains active. Custom ideology? Or do we pick one of these pre-builds? Let's look at the pre-builds. All right, so we've got the classic here. Colonists get a belief system like classic rimworld. The rest of the world has separate ideologies generated for them. The Unity family, the community is a family of hardworking, like-minded people. Putting yourself first is not acceptable. So, loyalists, we stand for our own before others. Human purists and human collectivists. So, now, everyone must work hard and contribute to the community so that they can party in the smoke leaf circle together. Unlocks the plants specialist role. Collectivist, each person is a part of it. People should work to play their part in the help of a group. Ooh, really. So, and it's got the high life. Exotic states of mind are central to the good life. High collectivist, human purists. This is very cool. Techno utopians, which doesn't really work given that we're a tribe in that. But this, the high collectivist. Now I realize we're trying to get to space. But this is criminal gang following someone else and working all day are for weaklings. This group thrives on raiding others and contact with diverse ideas. So it's a criminal gang, they're raiders, and they're individualists. This is very cool. Okay. So create custom. Create custom. Oh, this can take a while. Got it. Yeah, I think we're gonna pick one of these, even though it's fine. So we've got rancher. Raising animals is the right way. Raising plants to eat is not. So, bloody dominators. These are the transhumanists. They want to change. Flagellators. Pain is virtue. Cannibals. Nature over man. That is so rough. Nudist recruiters. Mole people. Tree worshippers. We live in harmony with the guardian. Trees should never be cut and animals should never be harmed. Unlocks plant special. These people live in rough conditions without complaints and can connect more deeply with certain types of trees. And then we get this trees connection, and we must be near them. That would be challenging. We would probably be better off being mole people with our mountains. The sun, it stuns, we shun. That is well done. And transcendent humans. So they're individualists, they're transhumanist, and they think humans are the best. Honestly, I'll go with my nature. Oh. This tribal drug nyanya. I does that mean they're just always gonna have these little hats? Is that what that means? It does. Oh, that it switched to. Oh, it picks out different things each time. So, collectivists, each person is part of a greater people should work to play their part, unlocks the plant specialist role, which I think is great. Yeah. Okay. So do we just go back and forth to determine what our Oh, it looks like you're stopping at that. Oh. By the stoned temple. Drug use essential. Drug taken. Oh, they're just wow. Oh, do we get a choice between? No, just exist. Now I'm actually deeply fascinated. Ah, there we go. So here's how we can choose. Animist. What does that mean? Spirits live in everything around us. Oh, I got it. Body theater. So this is the structure. How very interesting. Add style category. So it's animist and totemic in its structure. Then we'd add. So are they? Happy if they notice buildings, floors, and art matching the style. Ah, spike. So it's more about the style. Very cool. Animist. Very cool. Then we just pick more. Ah, so we can just fill it up with these sorts of things. Got it. Okay. And then we'd like to create custom. Next, there we go. So choose the structure. Ideological. There are no gods. The moral structure of the universe is found on our grand narrative of social forces, which unlocks a ritual of symbol burning. The spirits live in everything around us. Do like that one. Architects are the true gods. They know the moral structure and serving them. Ooh. Then Buddhism is descended from ancient Buddhism. Bodied theist, Hindu. I think animist is very nice. Okay, so choose starting meme. Choose one meme to form the initial idea of this ideology. You'll add more memes as the ideology develops over time. So, I'm a big fan of collectivism. So that's just gonna get picked. So work drive tripled. Visage max relaxed. Unlocked symbol burning. And prevents precepts of marriage names. They keep names. Ooh. Symbol burning. Wow. Very interesting. Man is a stain on nature's perfection. Ooh. So we're picking either one of these or one of these, and I think collectivism's fine. So we have the custom, which is collectivistic. Got these various views. Current points needed to reform. Oh, so we build up our own. Drug use is prohibited. Like medical or social only. Whatever. Huh. Always horrible. Male clothing. No rules. Male clothing. No rules. Organ use. No harvest. Or sell. Cannibalism. Yeah, that one's abhorrent. Drug use, yeah, good. Work drive, tripled, cannot. Blindness, blinding people for ideal. Yeah, it's horrible. Corpses, ugly. Fungus, despised. Oh, diversity of thought. Control. We go to appreciated. Okay. Insect meat, despised. Nutrient paste, disgusting. Research. I think normal. I want to cheat that. All right. Scarification. Physical love free. Rules. Women's spouses. And spouses. Oh, do I allow polygamy? I think we're fine. Okay. Then we have some roles, a leader, a moral guide, spiritual. Wow, there's a lot. Some relics. Venerated animal. Not gonna be the boom rat. Okay. Nah. What do we venerate? Oh, yeah. Yeah. What does that mean? Venerated animal. An iguana, what does it say? The animal is considered by believers to hold special, spiritual, or moral, which means it's venerated, must never be harmed. Tame venerated animal died. But they get... So we get a bonus to mood if we have a lot of the venerated animal around, but it's a problem if they die. So these don't die all that often. You know what? We don't venerate. Ooh. Oh, interesting. Oh, interesting. Add apparel. Oh, apparel desire. It'll be so long before I could do it. So, appearance, hair, and... Whoa! There's so much. This is very cool. Okay, so overall impact, low. Some meme impact gameplay more than others. The meme impact score gives the sense of how big the game impact is. So we're still trying to play a somewhat normal game. So I think we should do it this way. Okay. If somebody's not garbage, I don't think I should randomize. And this person, trigger happy, not my favorite, beautiful, kind. This is a great person. Cooking, social, mining, perfect. On Tona, you're in. Gray, psychically hypersensitive, which sucks. But they're a quick sleeper. They have some mining animals, but they are really very quite tough in this aspect, and that would be helpful. Hearthstender, I'm sorry, if you can't do dumb labor, you're off the team. So, can't do animals. They have a great memory and they're kind. They've got a shoulder scar. Malnutrition can be fixed pretty quickly. The shoulder scar lowers its efficiency by 80%. You wouldn't think these things matter that much. They really do, and they really add up quite quickly. So, chemical fascination, bloodlust. Gets a rush from hurting people, never mind the sight of blood or death. She is 4 times more likely to start a social fight, and because she's got some skill in it, and won't probably be our hunter, no, that's what she done. She won't get it fixed, so it's a problem. Oh, so now we've worked our way through some of these. It's time to start. This is horrible. Asthmatic, slow learner, misogynist. Malnutrition's not a problem. They really don't have any passion, but they're an undergrounder and they're steadfast. So, like, just as a universal, they're really not that bad. 48's kind of old. Yeah, I'm being picky. I'm going to be the left toe off. So they can't do caring, but they're mining, and all of this is incredible. They're missing. Oh, that slow poke, man. Lazy, bad, gay, great. So some of these are just horrible. There we go. Psychically sensitive. Oh, that's psychite addiction. Getting an addiction when you have like, oh man, oh I love these. These are always like really rough because like it's a yeah, let's do it. That person's gonna be freaking all the time. So now this person's great, and this person needs change. What's a bunch of scars? Do dumb labor. Depressive. Wimps are kind of problematic. You'll be starting fights too. Undergrounder, night owl, and pretty. Now, night owls are not the worst thing to happen, especially because it helps me keep things going while everybody else is asleep. So that's pretty solid. So, what we got going on here? We have some mining. We do have a lot of skills. Medical's a little low, and mining itself is a little low on the passions, but honestly, this is a solid start. So, begin. Oh, very exciting. Okay, the gods were. Oh, we believe we've already read through this. The gods were angry. The blood machines came at night. They swept through the village, cutting and burning your people with their blades and devil fire. Only a few of you escaped. Now, after a harrowing journey with no friends to turn to, you must build a new home in the wilderness, like your ancestors did. Bummer. And pause. Okay, let us see where we're about to spend a whole bunch of time. Okay. So it looks like we're north facing. Our creek does go into our mountains, which is fantastic. So I believe this is going to be our ancient evil of, honestly, very cool map. This little pond is in. I think I've ever seen just ancient mech drop. So there it looks like there was an ancient battle here. And here's our anima tree. I believe that is, you only get one of these, right? Tree? Ooh, what do we got there? An ancient pipeline section. Attack this to destroy it. Very cool map, guys. All right, so we've got marble and granite. This is all granite. Guinea pigs down here. It's very cute. Okay, so my question becomes, where's starter base? So I don't want to be too terribly far from the water, but we are not anywhere near that technology yet. It will be a long time before we use it. What we do need is food and protection and shelter and happiness. We have some mining, but what we really have a ton of is just bodies. So, where do we put this first base? We've got the people together. And we've got great food here from this rich soil. We grow year round, so it's not really a problem. We could tighten up there, but this could also be an entry point. Never really want to start your base too close to an edge, or at least that used to be the way of it. I sometimes feel like they probably have changed this significantly. So we are all granite here, right? Never switches to marble. The marble's up here. Over to this side. If we come over here, we'll get both. Once again, we're far from the river and the center. I really just want to be here. Suppose we could wall off this side. This side. This side. And then this whole center becomes our... Oh, I actually kind of like that. Here, here, here. I actually kind of like that a lot. Okay. But we need to start with a centralized, defensible place for us to put all of our stuff. Ooh. That's great because we're totemic. We get these great columns. Ooh. I don't even know what that is. A war walker? Very exciting. There's our animus tree. So now if we build anything within that thing's... We'd have to build our northern facing wall here. I'm gonna do a little planning here. Maybe more like that. Okay. Then we put Need this timber fucked up. This one. Look at our build. Yeah, there it is. Okay. So those are our walls, or will be our walls. We can build within any of that area. We want to be able to dig into the mountain. On which side? We do it on this side. It's a little creek. I'm not bothered by that. All right. Structure. Start. Okay. Now, capable of holding up a roof. For how far? I actually want to fully understand how much it, like, distance, roof wall distance. 6 tiles. So a roof must connect to a wall or door within 6 tiles, which is fantastic, which means we can have them spaced 12 apart. So, if we say this is our left wall, and finish out that. 9, 10, 11, 12. So, we build here. So it's 11. I kind of like that better with being 11. Okay. Orders, we're going to deconstruct this. And then finish up the wooden wall. There we go. Cancel this excess. And then this gives us our first dump zone. And I am a big fan of a lot of doors. You know, getting in and out in the areas we want to is usually pretty good. Pretty solid strategy. Since motions are our main. Now the other thing we're gonna need is to allow everything. So they'll go and collect it all up. Okay. We're also immediately going to jump into some growth because there's been too many times so my people are just starving because I am the worst at remembering to feed them. Start here. Nutrifungus? Got new plants! Tinctoria? Self-altering dye. Very cool. Okay, so we've our rice plants do really well in fertility. And they're pretty great, but they can't be eaten alone. But strawberry plants can. They're fragile and they don't last as long. So let's do a little of that. Then we'll start up a new growing zone. This side. Just expand it to fill. Oh, can't continue there. Now this is going to become our cotton field. Fiber corn. Small amount of a wood-like substance. That's super interesting. I think we want the cotton plant. All right. Gonna set up another growing zone. Go for our longer lasting corn plant. And then we have one more growing zone, most assuredly 8. Go. That. Good old smoke leaf. Gotta smoke a little leaf, you know? Okay, so now we're gonna turn off the fertility view. We need one more stockpile. Always need that dumping stockpile. It's always super useful. And we're gonna need 2 of them, essentially. First one is we're going to get rid of stuff. We really don't want it outside of the main area because, you know, we want them to, you know, effectively use space indoors. So we're going to have this. This is the dump. Just over here, up over there. It'll fill up over time. We get cleared out. It's all good. Then, specialized one that's just going to hold the chunks we'll want later. And we'll want them to be pretty close to where we have our setup for production. And I think just shy of this one, probably a decent spot. Chunks. So this is going to be third drop point. Clear everything else, but our marble and granite chunks. Just for stone cut. That's set up. I think we're almost ready to begin, but we need to oh, did we get a donkey? A donkey named Nosferatu. Wow. That's incredible. Who names a donkey Nosferatu? I don't care. It's amazing. Okay. So first we need to find out who our hunters are and get them some bows. So these are people with shooting. The shooting of 4 with that high passion's probably going to be our #1 shot here. So we've got a short bow and a short bow. We're going to give you the short bow. Who else has got some shooting? So it looks like Busbricole. Right. Then we have 2s and 3s. Yeah, it's all over the place at that point, you know. We'll leave the club untouched. So now each person will equip a weapon, which if we get into some trouble right away, will be essential. Usually get a mad animal in a raid pretty quickly, so it could be a bear. We have begun. The 1 speed. Oh, we have starvation too. It'll be short. They'll eat the pemmican we have, which is not much. But we also do need to immediately harvest medicines, berry bushes, whatever we can get our hands on, because truthfully, food will be short very quickly. We have a lot of yaks. Fantastic. As soon as we get this also built up, we'll probably rush a kitchen. Because, wow, is food the first essential? Oh, we should also look at our work assignments and make sure we don't have any misassignments. So everybody who's got a passion for mining, you got the mining. Passion for construction, you got the construct. So we should really only have 2 hunters. So Gray and Bust should be our hunters. Gray, Bust, and not you. They do try their best to do all of these things. So, and a lot of people want to handle animals. So we might do a whole bunch of taming to get this through. And our one researcher, one person with passion for research, also happens to be one of our best crafters. Just a real shame. So this is now our crafter, so that this can be our researcher, our hunter. They can come off the handling. We're going to need a second doctor just because that makes all the sense. We've only got 1 plant cut. We probably don't want it on our crafter. We've got these people. I think this is going to need to help on the old plant cut and grow. So if they do grow, they get more of the skill up. So that'll be helpful. Everybody can walk things. We have 1 warden. Here we go. I think that should do us. To get going with. And it's going to be a little slow. We're going to speed them up. There we go. And they're already hauling. Oh, it's so nice to have 5 people as opposed to... Ooh, I did build the stockpile. Yeah, regular stockpiles in there. All right, and now I think I also need to claim the items this way. If we do, they'll fix them up and we'll use them, which is great because, you know, they're useful. Okay, we are also going to need more wood for sure. Probably a lot of it. Let's clear our immediate area. Oh, and they're just fixing these. I guess that's okay. Okay. So, kitchen, then we'll start worrying about where to sleep. So structures, we're still wood, and will be wood for some time. That's just the way of it. We could start building up this wall and make our kitchen the outer area for this. There we go. And then inside of that, we need butcher's table. Actually, I like staged, personally. I like them separate because the butcher's table gets gross. So, I like having a little setup like this. I come in and butch in a smaller space. And then they cook here. And that needs steel. Oh, silver ore. That's great, baby. All right, compacted plasteel. Oh, I didn't even look at the mineral resources. This is great. Right here at the beginning, we're a little short on steel nearby, though. Got some gold in here, some steel, compacted machinery. Where is our closest? Is this our closest steel? I think so, and it's in a little pond. That's a no. We have anywhere else that's... Oh my goodness, and some jade. This map is plentiful. All I have to do is find some uranium, and I've got like all of the necessaries just sitting on the edges. Oh, some more silver. Wow. Then we've got this compacted steel, which is further, but like we don't have to go through the other. Should we just start a deep drill to see if there's something closer to us? think we should just start in on that, on those halls. Start on mountain halls. And gray. Yep. So this is our ancient danger. Luckily, it's not one of the walls that catches on fire. Also gonna need a pen, probably pretty quickly. And the growing has begun. Also, the music. And, you take, 200 hours of this would be awful. And yet, I just sit here all day. All day. Ooh, I really need to fix, because we've got that night owl, don't we? And I'm probably got them working during the day and not at night. And that's, yeah, so Tona is a night owl. They don't like being awake during the day, 11 to 18. So that's when I should put them on a sleep schedule. Purple, yeah. 11 to 16, right? Or 18. Oh, I'm so bad at remembering numbers. 18. Good. So 11 to 18. And then we can do anything the rest of the time. So their schedule's a little bit different. Go. Ooh, we really need to collect the steel. We still have not. Rough. There's like a chance we won't hit any of that collected steel. So, yeah, let's pull out a little of what we need from here. Grab some of this in case we need the machinery. Okay, now we can butcher creatures, do forever. So if we find something dead, we can start bringing it in. We can also start building up the pen, which will be so necessary. And I usually like it to contain the space for it contains here. Sorry, that has the dumping stockpiles within it, because that space is useless any other way. But that's pretty extreme away from us. So I think we should finish off this outer wall and use it as our definition for our first amazing fenced-in area. No reason to not make this just enormous. We've got lots of handlers. Oop. With the fences, but they're not really stopped by the fences. So, and this is our entryway. So we definitely need this cleared out. Ooh, that's so cool. I like that. So we have some sandstone, but really not going to want to use that. Oh, and we'll want the pen marker here. The fence builds so fast. Also want to chop wood in here whenever possible. I think we might need more miners at first. So the other thing I really want to get going is stone cutting, and that's going to require our first bit of research. How do we want to get that going? Did we trap a boom rat? Oh no. Do not want boom rats. They're ridiculous. So the pen's set up, and it has a ton of food. That's excellent. So now, our donkey is, we have a boom rat and a monkey in our pet collection. That's muchness. Now we have muffalos right away. They don't have a tame risk. We have yaks. Yaks are great, and they milk. They don't fur like I feel like muffalo is just the best animal. And then you can get the turkeys, but unless you have a male, they don't make eggs, right? I think they need. Yeah, progress stopped until fertilized, so they won't progress beyond that 50% unless I can get a male. So while it's two females, not really worth it. I think we go Muffalo, man. I think we do. And they're all pretty. Wish. There's our ages. Ooh. We've got a nice young female here, so we definitely start with you, or young male here. There we go. So we'll start with these two. It's a mating pair. And then see what that does to our pen nutrition. Oh yeah. Let's do it. Okay, so now we've got some people. Got 5 people. The next question will be, do we set up? It's like, I've enjoyed doing follower names, but some followers just have ridiculous names that I'm not interested in saying. I mean, they could be crazy. But call me crazy. I don't know how to say. Well, it's a 95 IV. You know, that's gonna just really take me out of the moment. So, yeah, sleep in the cave hallway, Tona. It's not Tanya. There we go. A little steal happening. Yeah, it looks like we got nothing in there, steel wise. We could also take this one down. This. and figure out what we got on that way. Got some hallways happening. It's great. I'm going to stop here at the end. We're not really interested in making that another entranceway since this is going to be our main wall. Hopefully changed out soon enough. We could also mine out this large amount of silver here. And that'll help us when a trader comes by dramatically. Getting a lot of good chunks here. Okay, and... oh no! Are you just insulting people? That's not okay. So, is this a altered state? Oh, they're neurotic. There's the very neurotic one. Compared gray to a matte. So gray, they're hypersensitive. You couldn't have, and well armed. You can't choose a oh good, it's my hunter. Is it my two? Oh, you just gonna keep at him. Yeah, he's stressed, I bet. Ooh, got a few items to trade. All right, that'll teach me to take neuroses. All right, let's get the rest of the silver we can see. Yeah, I'm assuming it's Gray who's just been insulted 9 times. He's 8 without a table. They don't have a bedroom yet. I haven't done anything like that because I'm still too concerned with resources. I think we should fix that. I think we should. The question is, do we fix it in the walls? Do we fix it out here? There it is. It was only a matter of time. Okay, in order for them to get the help that they're gonna need after this, we're gonna need to sleep them. So let's just pop in. There they go. But they're no longer in a social fight, and our doctors, well, one of them's gray, the other's purple. So purple should take care of them from their little fight. Let's start with prioritize gray because this was Bustbree's fault. Oh, and I need to know who our best... Tona is our warden. Wake up! Talk to Fur! Okay, how about we talk to Fur when he's not in the middle of the river? Because he's going to drop whatever we buy from him there. They've got a medicine. Medicine is so important. They have some packaged survival meals, and since we have no food, that is tempting too. There we go. All right. Still need to be harvesting more berries. We do have a kitchen now. So glad I pushed that. So let's find our cook so they can do pemmican. But that requires meat and veg to be done, and it's very inefficient. But the truth is the meals don't need to last that long. They're gonna get eaten very quickly. We're gonna do until we have a certain number. We have 5 people. I always like to just full of 2 or 4 there, so they each have 4 meals. Pause when satisfied. We want to continue up again. Or sorry, 5 meals, then pause when they all have start up again. It's not 20. Fine, that's fine. They'll make it out of anything. We're not veggies, sauruses, or anything like that. So, now need a little. Now, both of our hunters are out. And we're still working on taming some stuff. So maybe we can just tame the turkeys. We need an appropriate amount of food. We have a bunch of male rams. So I say we hunt a couple of those. Right. Oh. And they left us a heavy fur slave collar and a wooden war mask. So you can wear soldier outfits and you can wear soldier outfits. The rest of you should be in worker clothes. Ooh, and no drugs? Social drugs. Yeah, because this game's rough, and honestly, they could use it. Ooh, I've totally missed my first break alarm, so pause here, and we're gonna take a quick break. We will be back in about 5-10 minutes. Thank you so much for joining us. Be right back.